Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. We will have 5 minutes Ram Nam. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Today we have before us chapter number 28. Title is Raipur. We are in a society where different faith, different approach to spirituality, different approach to God is there. Naturally, we may get confused, we may respect or revere or adopt one, and in that process, we may not have the equal same respect for the other faiths. Whatever may be our intellectual learning about the universality of religion or spirituality, still, because of traditions and because of various reasons, there will be in our mind a difference between different faiths. This is a reality. So let us keep that reality. We are not throwing away that reality. But along with that reality, we also try to understand that the same Almighty who is the indwelling Spirit and who gave us this faith, this approach, has also given different methods to many people. That means we don't say, my mother is okay, the dearest to me, no doubt. But when I love my mother, slowly I will get the feeling that everybody will have the same feeling, towards their mothers. I may not be able to accept every mother as my mother, honestly. But I will be able to understand if somebody says about their mother, what sort of feeling one will have. This is the tangible gain of going through this particular chapter. And Papa was able to unfold it to a person who was holding on to his faith. And when this was made clear, the change also was there in him. Not only in spirituality, this can be applied to everything. Our approach, however sacred or however tested, however proved right through our experiences, are there, but however, it may be there, but at the same time, when somebody says something, immediately this should come as a flashback. So what can be said? We can place our views. This is the clue, this is the tool that he gives. Equally respecting others. Oh, is that so? Then we place ours. That is one of the points that stand out in this chapter. And then one more point that comes. Every now and then, though we may be free from the sense of possession, we should be alert. I am having the basic necessities, okay? Basic means barest, okay? I may develop an attachment towards it. When I continuously use it, I will miss it, This is the reality. So here, God keeps on testing Papa. Whether it has been completely removed. The deer skin on which somebody gave him, he was using it. But he had no difficulty in passing it on. So what was available, without a second thought, he was able to share. And you know what the other man said? I use it for my prayer time and I will remember you. Apparently an insignificant thing. And he is not using it for any other purpose. He is also trying to connect himself to a higher level. See the way. So the Papa's instantaneous, spontaneous gift of that particular article, which are one among the very fewest possessions he has, devoid of any type of attachment. Something for all of us to think about it. We need not feel we will lose it, no? We will think, all of us will think we are losing it. But a corner of the mind, this in-depth study will definitely give us, you are not losing it. In fact, you are paving the way for a great thing for you. That means free from attachment. That is the greatest virtue comes out of that simple, small sharing of an article. And we have passed the test given by God to us. So periodical tests are given, but as an individual from this, who is involved in the day-to-day life, he picks up this particular tool. When something is available to us, we should voluntarily give, not waiting for the other person to ask for it. The tangible gain is that we are free from attachment. We ourselves will be wondering how spontaneously he prompted us to give. Oh, I thought, I was getting attached to it, but no. We are not at all losing. Through this, Papa is teaching us, you are not losing, you are gaining. Possessiveness is the greatest hurdle in our journey. And every now and then, suppose we get over that through these little acts of service, that is the biggest gain. A gain which has no comparison with the small thing which we have parted with. And one more aspect is there. All of us pass urine, no? But we don't remember that is within us. When we get an urge to pass urine, we rush up to the toilet, okay. But we don't feel we are carrying the urine, the stool and whatnot. Papa makes a mention, this condition taught him further still what a folly it was to make much of this perishable body. Anything that goes out of this body, how do we feel? Though we beautify the body or we make it presentable, God has made these things to happen in our body, and everybody empties this or evacuates, all these things every day. But do we think that it is coming from this body? If we are in a position to think about that also equally, though we have to become presentable, we have to become externally at least pure, neat, still attachment toward the body will not be there much. It will be there. But a conscious effort to know the contents will definitely make us giving due importance to the body. That's why he said, this condition taught him further still what a folly it was to make much of this perishable body. And another touching word he used, and it also tended greatly to make him find his true level, which is indeed very, very low. On one part, we are thankful to the Almighty Ram for having given us this wonderful body, because that is the kshetra, because of which the sense of individuality exists. And that is why we have been able to know about God, and we do so many things with the help of the body to remember Him. All those plus points are there. We try to understand how beautifully He has given different departments, 5 organs of action, 5 organs of perception, the mind, the intellect. Think about it. The nervous system, the bones. We were told more than 200 organs are there in our body. Who taught them, who trained them to have a comfortable, harmonious relationship between them? All these are plus points. But there also we remember Him who gave us this wonderful body. But at the same time, too much pampering the body, ignoring its perishability, that will not help us. So Papa is trying to point out this, This condition taught him further still what a folly it was to make much of a perishable body, and it also tended greatly to make him find his true level, which is indeed very, very low. To afford him the benefit of this experience, O Ram, thou alone appeared the policeman and brought about the circumstances. And then what happened? Here Ramdas, the child of Ram, slept soundly till morning in the loving embrace of that all-powerful being, Ram. Meaning what? Even that smell of the urine, he did not find it incompatible. He did not find anything that will disturb him. He passed the test, slept soundly till morning. When we start thinking about it, yes, we sleep soundly in the morning with the urine inside, So when the urine is out, think. We do all these things when all these things are there in our body. So he is trying to draw our attention to this perishability. So though we have to maintain this body, we should not pamper. Just like Papa used to say, we have a body, we are not the body. And in the Vedantic language, this is called the residence, Ayatanam. If this Ayatanam this residence is not there, the sense of individuality cannot do sadhana, cannot approach, cannot know that God is there, cannot approach a spiritually evolved preceptor. In that way, it has to be taken care of. But at the same time, knowing its perishability, knowing fully that it carries phlegm, it carries sweat, it carries stools, it carries urine, which is a natural course. It is not that, it is the natural one, Sahaj. When we drink water, when we eat food, after the metabolisms, it has to take place. So then we don't develop any aversion towards it. There are some food for thought he is giving. And one day it will go. Perishability, it was born, it has to go. So that means too much of pampering, too much of giving importance to this body, that will get reduced. We will be able to move from the comfort zones. That is why Papa could do that. Though he was aware, because there was a body, he was able to travel and enjoy the manifestation of the all-pervading reality through the varied manifestation. But still he pointed out this, so that we devotees will also try to think on those lines. And here again, he is not blaming, Everything is positive, positive, positive. O Ram, thou alone appeared as the policeman and brought about these circumstances. Here again the policeman interfered and drove him away. He sought a place under a tree in front of the station within the compound. Knocking about for some time, he saw at last a spot under another tree in a far-off corner of the railway compound. As he had nothing to spread on the floor, he lay himself down on the bare ground. When his nose came in close proximity with the ground, he felt the strong smell of urine. O Ram, how kind you are. You make your humble slave pass through every kind of experience, all for his good. Not at all viewing from the level of the individual. If we are viewing it from the individual, we will not be able to. Because to us, it has to be avoided, that place has to be avoided. First thing what we will do is to go and complain, In the platform, somebody has passed urine. Is this the way to keep it up? All those things, But here, The norms are different for a person who has completely laid everything at the feet of the Lord. The norms normally we have has no relevance there. So it will be difficult for us to understand or to see the positive side, because we view it from this angle, no? But Papa is giving an opportunity for all of us to think about it. Nobody wants you to go and sleep in a place where urine is passed. But suppose it comes, you will not make a big hue and cry. Because you accept, and the perishability of the body. And what all naturally it happens, whatever it happens. That also we become aware of it. And if anybody else passes through such a state, we will not have any grumblings or complaints. At our home, suppose one of our family members, they pass urine or they pass stools or they vomit. We don't make a big fuss about it. We try to clean it. So many dimensions, he touches and kindles. That is why probably he thought to make a mention about this particular. You and I, if we are to write something, we will not write this. Because even to writing, we find aversion. Various dimensions on this particular incident, that must have gone through by him. And that is why he said sound sleep. Mind was not turning toward the smell of the urine. O Ram, he says, O Ram, thou alone appeared as the policeman and brought about the circumstances. Here Ramdas, the child of Ram, slept soundly till morning in the loving embrace of that all-powerful being, Ram. Then we move to chapter number 29, title of which is Ajmer. When we are trying to broaden our approach, why? To have more peace. We find the peace of mind comes only when everything is expansive. Just think about it. We look at the sky, we go to the beach. What do we see there? We go to a hilltop, from there we look at it. Have we minutely analyzed, what is it that gives us the thrill? It is that expansiveness. And that gives us the peace of mind. So when we are living in the society, there are many things which unknowingly prevent us from experiencing this expansiveness. Different faith, different cult, different traditions, different approaches. So this expansiveness gets halted somewhere. When one gets thoroughly convinced about it, that expansiveness, no differences will be there in the heart. When somebody suggested, why don't you say that one approach is the only absolute approach? Papa could immediately make him understand. The absolute means it is expansiveness. We cannot condition, we cannot put a boundary on it. So this applies to our every activity, every approach in life. Right from morning till evening, we deal with so many matters. And if we have this in our mind, the more we think about this, accommodating, then we will not get stuck with anything particular. That will disturb our peace of mind. That will definitely give a new birth to our me and mine. Please think about it. This is the one of the clues, one of the tools that Papa gives us in this chapter. And secondly, to become aware of all the positive surroundings. That itself is a great, great relief to us, to get ourselves connected to this expansiveness. So he elaborately explains about it. And then, because of too many association with, when we open our eyes, we no doubt see the varied expression. But unknowingly, it may distance us from the inner reality. We may not know that because we get enchanted, We look at the tree with all its... Suddenly, we look at the tree, we get immersed in it. We don't bring in the dimension, the creator behind it. This is natural. So here, in this chapter, God arranges in such a way that Papa tries to enjoy the same thing in a jungle, where human habitation is very, very little or probably zero. And there, he is with the beings and creatures. Again, so it offers us 2-3 benefits. One is that we can keep on masticating, so that we enjoy. Whatever he has provided now, we try to connect him. Then only we can say his varied manifestation. Otherwise, varied manifestations are there, but we forget to connect this his manifestation. So, periodical withdrawal, free from human habitation, free from human touch contacts, enables us to go a little more deeper and then enjoy the beauty of the association with others. We don't know how far we have made it clear. We will be able to enjoy the crowd. We will be able to enjoy to be in the midst of so many activities, provided we have the clue that there is joy in it, So that will be made possible only when we retire from all activities for a while and then try to go through it, so that we connect really the right connection between the creator or the indwelling reality with the creation. That can be ensured, not that it will not come, but this is one of the methods we feel. So every now and then, when we are in the midst of so many activities, if there are so many disturbing points, there may be so many things that may give us some joy, but every now and then we withdraw from it, zero contact with others, so that exclusively we are digesting, assimilating, revisiting those scenes, and then 100% sure our joy will be multifold. And in his case, of course, it was to ensure that how he is taken care of. The role of the Almighty Lord of the Universe as a protector, it should not remain as an intellectual assessment. If it has to become a reality, we have to be pushed to the field and see whether how, without any initiative from our side, how everything is provided. It will help us in handling so many things. Taking everything that he has provided and field for me now, in the form of the family, in the form of the professional field, in the form of the social setup. So he knows, he will protect me, he will guide me. Apparently I may be losing, apparently I may be criticized, but still his protecting hand is always there. Something like that will be there at the corner of my mind, which will give a cushioning effect. Everywhere he finds this. So these are the two things that came up when we went through the chapter Ajmer. Then we move to chapter number 30. Money is the root of all evil. Very difficult for us to digest this, because our main transaction is based, our life's transaction is based on money. So we should not be carried away by any feelings when we look at the title of the chapter. what is contained within. Of course, it's a great plus point if we totally get ourselves relieved from the touch of money, which is okay. As a utopian idea, yes, okay. But from the practical point of view, even in ashram, we have found that we have to handle money. So what is the message he gives? When we handle money, along with it so many things will come. That is the reality. You go to the bank, where money is there, you have your account, or you have applied for some loan. That money is released after so many checks, after so many conditions, after so many stipulations, after so many conditions. Just imagine. It is to be treated like that. But if we forget this, it occupies our whole mind and shatters our peace of mind. Money is one among the contributory factors for our life, no doubt. Money is not the only contributory factor for our life. If this is clear, probably to a very great extent we will be freed from the ill effects of the handling of money. When the banker is handling so many people's cash, at night he goes and rests because what is the secret? Have you analyzed? It is not his. Even if a person who has applied for a loan and when it is denied, he may shout at the bank manager. But he will take it as a part of it, Because there, he is right. From the standpoint of the applicant, he is right. But from the standpoint of the norms given to him by the bank, he cannot. So when we handle money, we give due respect to the money because money is the medium through which your life, articles that help you, the feeling of security, so many things. You acquire so many things for your happiness, for your basic comforts, for your basic needs. Barter system is not there now. So we need money. But at the same time, money is needed only for that particular purpose. Basically, I need peace of mind. Every time, if I don't check up for the way in which I handle, whether it is adding to my peace of mind or it is disturbing the peace of mind, then the problem will not be there. The incident which he has quoted in this chapter, it is natural on the part of anybody to go to put a complaint when something is lost. And 20 rupees in 1920s, it's a big amount. It's a very big amount. So when he lost it, naturally he complained. It's not a crime. But we should see before we put up a complaint. It is true, we get an urge to make a complaint. But you just see, when you think about others, just like you are honest men, there are honest men also. We remember one incident. Honesty shop was introduced, in a few schools. Whatever the requisites for a student, like a pen, paper, eraser, sharpener, books, all those things will be kept in a box, and the price list should be there. And before the school starts, the school leader or class leader will open it. Whoever wants anything, they can take it, put the money. Evening, they take a stock taking and go back. So one day, the teacher was slightly upset because there is a shortage of 5 rupees or something. So when it was reported, another approach was given. Why don't you see that 95% people responded to your call for honesty? And 5 people, why should you think that they have deliberately done? So that way, you think about people who are leading an honest life more. When you are traveling in the railway compartment, there are so many people. Immediately you should think about the innocent people, honest people, people with integrity and character. Whether my complaining will disturb their peace of mind. And if their peace of mind is disturbed, naturally I will also be disturbed. So what should I do? When it was reported to Papa, Papa said, forget about it, you tell them, you will ask it, that's all. Including the ticket he lost, so he was very much worried. But instead of that, he put a complaint and the result was total chaos in the compartment. That is why Papa said, money is the root of all evil. That means we are only thinking about money, What about your human connection with the rest of the people? What about the integrity of other people? If we question the integrity and character of others, it will rebound. In the law and order system in the court, which has to be proved that he is guilty, Not that you would have caught hold of him red-handed, but you have to prove it. So that innocents are not, the idea behind, rationale behind it is that an innocent man should not be punished. This should be there while handling the money. So this particular chapter gives us this. You may have lot of testing moments when experience like this, periods like this might arise, but ensure that your thrust should be on having a harmonious setup with everybody. In that process, even if you have to lose something, think about the other so that you will not give importance for this. That is the main thrust given in this chapter. As we have been telling, more dimensions might come out. It is not to be limited. This is one approach. Just like, in Bhagavad Gita, Papa made it clear that each Mahatma has given out from his standpoint. And every one of them are right, but it is not comprehensive. Because after all, the equipment has got its own limitations, So only through one angle he has made us to visit in quest of God. There could be so many angles. These are only some hints he is giving. You may all approach in this way so that, the text does not overpower us. The text does not restrict us or prevent us from diving deep into the treasure that is hidden there. These are some of the things which came up now. Probably when we do it after some more time, we may be able to unearth so many other things. So this should not be treated as a final one. Please go through it again. You will also find similar gems. This is very, very important. Hari Om.